Hello. Have you ever had information on a document that you needed to access? There's information on the top, and you needed to access it throughout the document, and you end up scrolling backwards and forth through the document. That takes a lot of time. For me, sometimes it gets confusing. So I have a way to show you how to access that information without having to scroll up and down. There are two tools that you'll be using to do that. I'll show you the two tools, and this is an example using physics equations. But you could use this in almost any class because if it's English class where you have vocabulary that you're dealing with, so sometimes there's a word bank at the top and you are going through with definitions, you could use this same exact um, system to copy the word bank and look at that so you don't have to keep scrolling backwards and forth for that. Those are the two main things I can think of right now, but there might be more. But this is a transferable technique that you can use in any class. Here we go for physics. The first thing that I'm going to do is I am going to pull up the tools that I need so I don't have to, so I can show you how to do that. The first tool you'll be using is the snipping tool. The other tool you'll be using is the sticky note. Again, both of those tools are available on all Windows computers. They may be available on Mac, but I really don't know a lot about Mac, so that's outside of my scope of knowledge, so I can't really say anything about that. Anyway, at the bottom here in my taskbar, I have already pinned the snipping tool to my taskbar, and I've also pinned the sticky note. If you look at the sticky note, looks very much like a post-it note with the page lifted up. Okay, so this is just a computerized post-it note. That's all the sticky note is. To get those down in your taskbar, I like to put things that I use very often in the taskbar so that I don't have to keep looking for them. But to originally get those tools, the first thing you would do is you would go into your, where it says type search here and type. We can begin, you don't even have to type the full word, just type snipping or snip and it pops up, and then you were going to go ahead and open it. So my snipping tool is open. Okay. The other tool that you need is the sticky note. Then you just do that, and there it is open. I'm going to go ahead and put my sticky note right there. Here is what I've already done. I'm going to just get rid of this so that I can actually show you how to do it. So here it is for physics. Here are some equations for impulse. They are at the top of the page. Okay. And I know that when I go through this page, that I'm going to have to refer to those equations to help me solve these problems. The way that you usually do it is you'll go in here, you'll solve the problem, and you'll go up and you'll look at this problem. The thing about that is, especially with these equations, there are so many choices to choose from. You'll scroll up and then you're like, wait, what was that information I needed? I don't know. So then you're going to scroll back down. You're like, oh, yeah. I'm looking for velocity. So you go scroll back up and then you have to find all of the elements of the equation. And it just gets too cumbersome, too tiring, and just frustrating. So back to my sticky note. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to snip these equations because I'll need those. And I'm not going to use all this stuff. I don't need this 1, 2, 3, 4 at the top. I know that I need the actual equation. So I am going to just go scroll down because I want to get this remainder in here too, or this remainder. I want to get that in there too. So I am going to make sure that everything that I want to get is, I can see that, because with the snippy note, you can't scroll through and highlight everything. It's just as far as you can actually see it. Okay, so there's what I want to snip. I'll open up my snipping tool and click on new. Your screen grays out. Don't get nervous about that because that's exactly what it's supposed to do. Now I will go ahead and go over here and you'll start seeing you get the plus sign, and that's going to let you know that you're ready to copy what it is you're trying to snip. I'm going to bring that all the way down here. So I've snipped all of that. Now, once I snipped it, you have some options in here. You could snip, use the snipping tool. Say, for instance, you're on the internet and you're searching for pictures. You can snip that from the internet and copy it and put it in a document that you're working on. There are various ways you can use the snipping tool. And then you can save it. So if I wanted to save this in my files, I could go File, Save, and save it and pick it up later. But I don't really need to save it in my file because I don't want to keep opening up a file, going into File Explorer to open it up. That's why I'm going to use the sticky note and put it on my desk. Okay, so I have it here. I'm going to click on Edit and then Copy. So it has taken this entire snipped item and it's copied it to my clipboard. But now I want to put it in my sticky note. So I'm going to click on Sticky Notes. It pops up over there and moves over here. Okay. And just again, this is what I've done before. Let me go ahead and get rid of this one too. And I want to show you how to create it. So I'm going to hit on the plus. And type new note. And here are all my sticky notes. And then I'm going to click on plus sign. Okay, I'll close this out. There, I have a blank sticky note, a blank Post-it note. That's what this is, okay? I right-click, or you can use Control-V and paste the information that I have just snipped, okay? So now this is on my desktop. I can refer to it for as long as I need it, so that I can delete it later. I'm going to go back to the snipping tool. I no longer need the snipping tool, so close it out. I don't need to save it, so no, I don't want to save it. I am back in my document, okay? So here we are. I'm in my document, and I'm going to scroll down to problem number 3. Here, I know, oh, I'm going to be looking for velocity. I will click on my sticky note and I can easily look at here and try to find the equation where I am solving for velocity without me having to scroll up and down. This sticky note can follow you throughout the document. It doesn't stay on the page when you're click on something else, but you can easily get back to that note by just clicking on the sticky note icon. So let me show you what I mean. I finished number 3. I finished number 3. And now I'm going to go on to number 4. In number 4, it says, well, what is the mass? I need to find an equation that has all of these givens in it, and it's looking for the mass. So I'm going to click on the sticky note, and I am looking for the equation that has mass and then has all of these other elements in it. That is how you use sticky note and the snipping tool. Thank you. Bye-bye.